today on Divorce Court.
I've been with Justin for half of my life, and I just feel like he doesn't value me and the kids.
Communication is more one-sided. This is her way or nothing.
I just feel like he's so used to me being there that he doesn't show anything emotional.
Feels like, we're like roommates.
Justin, if we can't work through our communication errors and our intimacy, I really am going to file for divorce.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Alethea Perkins and Justin Perkins. Mr. and Mrs. Perkins, you two have been married for 19 years, together for 25 years. You're in trouble, and you're looking for some advice for me to save your marriage. Mrs. Perkins, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going wrong?
I'm here today because I need my husband, Justin, to get help with his cheating issues. He has infidelity issues that we've been trying to deal with. His communication sucks.
Give me an example of his infidelity issues.
Okay, we were staying in some houses, and I found out that he cheated with somebody in our neighborhood. I had found...
In the neighborhood?
In the neighborhood. I had found a receipt for a teddy bear in his pants pocket when I was doing laundry, and I thought that he had bought me something, but when I had befriended this person, so I had actually went to her house and saw the teddy bear, and women's intuition, and I just asked him. I went down the street and I'm chasing him around the car because I'm pissed off at this point. And
I'm just chasing him?
Yes, ma'am.
See?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See?
So, you guys were
yes, ma'am, and he was running.
Did you have something in your hand, or you just chasing it?
I ain't need nothing in my hand.
See?
No, but...
And I'm the one that's supposed to be angry. Look at it.
What now, Mr. Perkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a sexual relationship with one of the neighbors?
No.
Yes, he did.
I didn't?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Now that's a yes.
Yes, he
okay?
did.
You did do that, right?
Him and her admitted it.
I mean, yeah, I did some things. Yeah, I wasn't doing the right thing. Yeah, that was correct.
You did have sex with one of the neighbors.
Yes, I did.
And can you tell me, do you have an excuse, a reason? Was there something wrong in the marriage, or was just so happens she let you?
Well, I mean, we were kind of separated for about a
We
good
wasn't
time.
separated, Judge. We were moving. He had went to this house and was supposed to prepare it for me and the kids to move down in. We weren't separated like we wasn't seeing each other.
Well, we were separated.
No, we what?
Like in different places.
She wasn't right there.
She wasn't there.
So,
We separated.
And that other chick was, so
I mean-
you just took it back. Did you feel badly about that, Mr. Perkins?
Yes.
Did you apologize?
I did, especially when she became friends, which I didn't plan that at all. But when they became friends, yeah, I apologize.
Right.
After you got caught, you wasn't gonna tell me.
So, I mean,
Were you still buying her stuff?
no.
You did buy her something,
I did?
Justin. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that's not the first time. Like, after we had went through that little situation,
right,
we had moved to a different state, and one day he calls me out the blue and tells me that he's leaving me and the kids because he doesn't want to be married anymore. On the phone, and then hangs up.
Well, that's something, that was a different situation.
Well, explain that. Explain what happened.
Because I just got out the military then, and I'm trying to transition in between, civilian life and military life. So they moved down to Atlanta. I was still in Virginia going to school, transitioning.
What the heck does transition have to do with?
Hang on. Go ahead.
My mind wasn't in the right place, so,
A couple of things weren't in there.
Sure wasn't.
Some was, some wasn't, but, I got ahead and kind of just didn't know where I wanted to go. I wanted to kind of go down to Atlanta, new place, new situation, and I was going to school and calling the phone and made a mistake,
How long did it take you to figure out that you had made a mistake when you told her you were gonna leave?
Probably about 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
Were you 4 months with another woman?
Off and on-ish,
Yes, he was.
What made you realize it was an error?
When...
She left you.
No, that too.
When she left you.
That too.
Truth be told, when she left you.
That too, but I used to go back and forth and kind of visit them in Atlanta. And I kind of saw how my kids react and stuff like that. So, yes, she left me, but I kind of helped with that as well. And I just kind of came to Atlanta.
Made her leave you.
Yeah, I
Edged
kind of massaged it on to where it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Perkins, did you chase him around after that happened?
Because he called on the phone, so I couldn't chase him that time.
Did you have any reservations about asking him back? Because this is twice now that he's committed a flagrant foul.
Oh, it is more than that. But, you know, anybody wants their family to work out, and I wanted my family to be together, so it was, I won't do it again, I made a mistake. But then I had found, now I'm on Snoop mode, so I then found an email from some girl confessing that she loved him and she wanted to be with him, and then this is just his friend.
Yeah, see, that one right there, that had nothing to do with me. Like, I'm a good person.
How did that have nothing to do with you?
It had something to do with me, but it wasn't the same situation.
So you say you don't have a relationship with this
No.
woman?
I helped them when they needed help with something. You know, they were going through something in their life. I was there for them.
Yeah, I bet you were.
And then I can't control their feelings of how they feel about me. So
She just fell in love with you because you're just so charming.
I'm a nice person.
And
yes.
you're a nice person.
And she was gonna leave her husband to be with him.
Were those the only times that he cheated on you, or do you have concerns about other infidelities on his part?
I never caught him in the act, but then after that, I looked in his phone before he put a lock on his phone. I looked in his phone and he's asking this girl to send him a picture of her before she goes out. So by that time, I'm like, why are you asking somebody to send you a picture?
There was nothing illicit about this picture.
Why did you want the picture?
You're not a
She was like, hey, I want to know, I was going out.
He's not
And
a
I was like, hey,
designer.
you know, show what you look like, you know?
For what?
But why?
As a friend, I wanted to see, you know, help her out alone, you know.
Do you know how much pain you've caused her?
I do. That was, you know, the old me. The new me is better. And, you know.
The new me just ain't got caught with nothing because he got a lock on his phone.
Well, I understand that all of this cheating has led to intimacy issues, and so that's what I want to talk about now. So my understanding, Mrs. Perkins, is that his infidelities have created intimacy issues. Why don't you explain that to me?
It's just like we're roommates now. We haven't been together intimate in 6 years.
You haven't had sex in 6 years? Mr. Perkins, is that accurate? So my understanding, Mrs. Perkins, is that his infidelities have created intimacy issues. Why don't you explain that to me?
Well, it's just like we're roommates now. We haven't been together intimate in 6 years.
No, hold on.
You haven't had sex in 6 years?
No.
Hold on.
Mr. Perkins,
toys.
is that accurate?
No,
Yes,
6
it is.
years? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. There's no man or woman on earth that would be with somebody not be intimate for 6 years.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't been intimate with me. I don't know who
it's
you've been intimate
been
with.
off and on, months at a time. I'll give her that. But 6 years, that's exaggeration.
Just not happening.
No.
Well, do you sleep in the same room, in the same
We
bed?
sleep in the same room. I sleep with my child. He sleeps on the floor.
Yeah.
What you doing on the floor?
I mean, I'm on the floor because I have a child in the bed that
I
sleeps
wouldn't sleep with you anyway.
like a maniac. And then I'm not gonna sleep with somebody that don't want to sleep with
I
me.
wouldn't sleep with you.
So-
Because I don't trust you.
So is that true, though? You don't sleep with him because you don't trust where he's been? Is that what's going on?
I wouldn't sleep with him because I don't know what he's doing. No.
I mean, but
Do you still believe he's cheating on you?
Yeah, he just ain't got caught. He got better.
I can't cheat if I have 2 jobs and I'm working every day. Like, how I'm gonna
That's
have
what
time
he
to
says,
cheat?
but the financials don't add up to you working 2
Well,
jobs every day.
You don't have no problem with it when you out there shopping and stuff like that. So, I mean, the bills is paid, everybody's happy,
No, everybody's not happy,
Except-
Justin.
except my roommate, I guess.
What do you think is the reason that you're here now? Because you say you're a changed man, you're a better man. You say you're getting a whole lot more sex than she wants to cop to.
Yes.
What do you say is the issue?
I feel like I'm being crucified for something I did, back in the days.
Have you done anything to make her more comfortable in trusting you and being more faithful? not doing it for a while is just one thing, but you have to do things actively to secure somebody who's been hurt like that.
Yeah.
Have you actively done something?
Yeah, I mean, I try to do date nights.
What?
You know.
That don't turn out well.
Yeah, because when I do date nights, it requires a +1, which is our daughter. So you can't have a date night when you're having a +1. So.
He doesn't buy flowers. I can't tell you the last time he bought me a card that cost 50 cents, flowers, anything. I love you. When's the last time you said that?
I say that a lot. You just
In
don't
your
pay
mind.
attention.
In your mind.
You don't pay attention.
In your mind.
Mrs. Perkins, do you bring a +1 on date night?
If we don't have anybody to watch her, yes.
You might be using that one as a human shield. You gotta check yourself, because sometimes when you're that hurt, you throw up roadblocks to continued angst. Is the child in the bed at the date night to keep him away from you?
No, because I wouldn't touch him if she wasn't with us.
See, it's a barrier.
It's not because I don't trust you.
I mean, so I don't know what more I could possibly do.
There are a lot of things you can do that show that you are in love with someone and enamored of them. I mean, remember how when you try to get her in the beginning?
Yes.
If you go back to that behavior.
He was only 16 and lied about his age.
And you were 19?
Yep. And
And you
lied.
lied
And
about
his
his
mom
age.
came to get him the next morning.
Hey, it's a win for me.
Mr. Perkins, you are an interesting dude. You're just interesting. Since we're talking about children, I do want to talk about the older children in the house, because you two have a dispute about who's there and how long they've been there and what they're doing there. So let's talk about that. Mrs. Perkins, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think Mr. Perkins, he wrong about a lot of stuff, but he is not wrong about that. Do you think children should join their parents on date nights? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Mrs. Perkins, what is up with the older children, and why is there some contention in the marriage about them?
Well, we have one older child that's still in our household that every time he does something wrong, somebody's trying to put him out. If he's late on, he pays $200 a month rent. If he doesn't pay it on time, Justin's trying to put him out. Or he's still on military time or whatever, because at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays, when people are supposed to be relaxing, and he wants you up at 8 o'clock cleaning the house. If he doesn't do that, he wants him out. He can't have company in the house without him being home. At his age, he can't have anybody in my house.
Mr. Perkins, are you tough on the kids?
I am. I mean, you gotta understand. This is a boy that's actually a man right now. He's in man age. There's no reason for him to be living on his parents' roof, and you can't sustain a perfect living condition as far as paying your bills. And you can't do what somebody tells you to do. You
Not
can't
at 8
clean
o'clock
up.
in the morning.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You are a child.
Right.
I work 24/7. I work at 2 jobs and can get up with you and clean up at the same time.
So why can't you?
Why you can't do it? What are you doing so important when you can't clean up? So, me and her, when I say something, he go run to her, and then mommy does the whole mommy thing, and then it's okay.
Mrs. Perkins, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think Mr. Perkins, he wrong about a lot of stuff, but he is not wrong about that. I don't know what it is, but there's a sense out there that we we pamper our sons too much, or our children in general, but sons in particular. He can be cool and relaxed and calm because he knows he's got it made. And if you're in another man's house, you live by his rules on his time, or get your own. That's what I tell mine. Anyway, you want to be here, okay, cool, but you got to have a job, you got to be in school, and I don't care if I asked you to do 9 cartwheels every morning. If you don't want to do 9 9 cartwheels in the morning, you get your own crib. But this is mine. And until you, and the reason you do that is not because he's inconveniencing you. The reason you do that is so he can feel required to achieve and to secure his own place in this world. What do you think happens when they get out in the world?
I don't know.
You know, I'll tell you what happens. They get some chick that'll do what you're doing for them, and then a year later they in divorce court talking about he ain't doing nothing, he's playing games, and I'm sick of him, but I got his kid, and why won't he marry me, and why won't he get anything done? Because he's been conditioned to be just 14 forever. I hate that. I'm sorry. I got excited, but I'm right.
You are.
When do you think adult children should move out of their parents' home? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Mrs. Perkins, you came here when your husband came here asking me to help you save your marriage. You look like you don't want to.
I do.
Do you really want to save this marriage, or do you simply want to maintain the status quo? He can stay, he can pay the bills, he can sleep on the floor and leave you alone.
I do want to make the marriage work because I do honestly love him, but he has to change.
What does he need to do?
His communication with me and the kids needs to be better. Not cheating, like I shouldn't have trust issues. I shouldn't think that he's somewhere where he's not. I need to be able to believe that he's where he says he is.
Okay. Mr. Perkins, do you want this marriage to work?
I do.
What are you willing to do to make it work?
I mean, I'll go ahead and try to do my best to make her secure in herself as far as
Try
me.
to do my best too.
I will do my best. I'm going to.
I'm gonna help you out, Mr. Perkins. I know you're trying. What you need to do is have some specific hard targets about how you're gonna change how you treat this woman. You're gonna unlock your phone. You're gonna make sure that she can look at it anytime she wants to, anywhere she wants to. You've gotta make an extra effort to make sure she knows where you are and where you're going. Make sure, you know what I mean? You gotta be a little over the top with it. You've got to take her out. You've got to make sure that whoever's in the house is babysitting. You got it all handled. All she's got to do is put on a fancy dress, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna court her, and you're gonna love her, and you're gonna tell her she's wonderful, and you're gonna do all of those things in an effort to get back in her good graces. You may or may not get accomplish it, but I want you to know that you've put in 100% before you let it go.
Okay,
you with me?
I'm with you.
So this is your marriage to make or break. And now, Mrs. Perkins, if he tries, allow him to make progress. Don't, you know what I mean? If you're so sick of it and you're so resentful and you're so angry that nothing he can do can fix it, let him know in step. But if you say you want to fix it, if he starts turning over a new leaf, you have to reward him for it with some kind of kindness. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Act like you got some sense. This matter is adjourned.
I really came in with not knowing if me and Justin was gonna get a divorce, but after listening to the judge, I might be putting our child in the middle of it so I don't have to face him. But I have a change of heart, and I'm gonna try to make this marriage work.
The judge told me that I am responsible for making that marriage work. I've been with this woman for 20 plus years. I don't want to ever throw that away. I love her, love my kids, so I'm gonna work on it as best I can.